the Department of Business Administration. And today we are entering into the day 2 of this faculty development program, and we have Dr.C.R.RENE Robin amidst us, who is going to give a lecture on the topic innovation in classroom teaching and learning. So before getting into the program, I request everyone.
Recording in progress.
Prayer.
ஆத்திச்சூடி இளம்பிறை அணிந்து மோனத்து இருக்கும் முழுவெண்மேனியான் கருநிறம் கொண்டு பார்க்கடல் மிசை கிடப்போ மகமது நபிக்கு மறையருள் புரிந்தோம் இயேசுவின் தந்தை என பல மதத்தினர் உருவகத்தாலே உணர்ந்து உணராது பல வகையாக பரவிடும் பரம்பொருள் ஒன்றே அதனில் ஒளியுறும் அறிவாம் அதனிலை கண்டார் அல்லலை அகற்றினார் அதனருள் வாழ்த்தி அமர வாழ்வு எதுவோ.
Thank you. I request Professor Dr. J.R. Isaac Balasing sir, Assistant Professor in the Department of Business Administration of V.O.Chidambaram College, as well as the organizing member of this one-week international activity program, to kindly welcome together. Over to Professor Isaac.
Thank you, Dilip sir. Your present, good evening to one and all. Regarding the topic, so education research has acknowledged the value of transformation, which offers an opportunity for researching and rethinking how appropriate and successful educational practices may be. However, despite the role of transformation in higher education and particularly in sustainability learning, there is a paucity of studies which examine the extent to which the transformation in learning on matters related to sustainable development may be integrated. So with this small note, it is a small initiative taken by the Department of Business Administration to organize the 7 days faculty development program with Restructuring Management Education towards innovation from enhancement to transformation. So it is my proud privilege to welcome one and all for the second day of this wonderful faculty development.
Thank you, sir. I request Professor Sindhuja Cardoza, the organizing secretary of this one-week FDP program, to kindly introduce the resource person to the August gathering. Over to Professor Sindhuja.
Good evening all. I'm indeed glad and proud to introduce the resource person, Dr.C.R.RENE Robin, on day 2 of this ongoing one-week international faculty development program. Dr. Robin is currently working as a professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering and Dean Innovation at Sairam Engineering College, Chennai. He was professionally associated with Jerusalem College of Engineering, Chennai, and had held various positions as Associate Dean and the Head of the Department CSE, Joint Director for Approval, Affiliation and Accreditation. He is a recognized supervisor of Anna University to guide to PhD scholars in the area of computer science and engineering, and 10 scholars have successfully completed their PhD program under him. He has added laurels to his profession by receiving the Mentor Award from IBM for the Great Time Challenge 2011. He has also received the Young IT Professional Award 2012 by Computer Society of India at the regional level. During this lockdown period, he has trained more than 3,500 teachers on digital tools for effective teaching and learning process, and served as a resource person for about 70 webinars on various topics. We are so honored to have him as a resource person for this evening. I'm certain that all the participants present in this digital platform will enjoy the learning art of innovation in classroom teaching. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's the time for the resource person, Dr. C.R.RENE Robin. Over to you, sir. Welcome you again. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Good evening to all. Kindly confirm my video and audio. I will share the screen at the same time. Give me 1 minute. I will share my screen. Okay. Hope my PPT is shared now. Yeah. Good evening to all. It's my great privilege and honor to be here to share my knowledge on innovation in teaching learning. I'm really thankful to this management of V.O.Chidambaram College, Thoothukudi, for organizing this one-week international virtual faculty development program on restructuring management education towards innovation, from enhancement to transformation. So all the teaching fraternity are moving towards this transformation from the traditional teaching to the innovation system, ecosystem. So I feel proud being a Dean Innovation of Sri Sairam Group of Institutions. I can proudly say that I am the first Dean Innovation. Our management has well ahead of thinking and promoting innovation and appointed me as and promoted me as Dean Innovation, where nobody was thinking about this portfolio. From that day onwards, I am promoting and being an evangelizing this innovation throughout the country, not only teaching in all aspects, wherever possible. And I strongly believe that innovation ecosystem is highly essential for all the higher education institutions. Wherever I go, I never forget to record my view on need of innovation ecosystem in higher education institutions. And management studies are not exceptional. And I invite everyone to be part of the innovation ecosystem of your own institutions. I thank the principal of V.O.Chidambaram College, convener, organizing secretaries, organizing members of the one-week international virtual faculty development program on restructuring management education towards innovation, from enhancement to transformation. It's a call for transformation. Every because I would say that being a professor of computer science and engineering in my previous institutions, I used to tell that this is the digital teaching and digital assets are highly essential for the education institutions. And my journey of evangelizing this innovation and the digitalization started way back in 2017. And I have given various talk on the digital need of digital teaching. And at that time, the recipients were very less. And I still remember I traveled from Chennai to Jabalpur. Have been called in 2018 one of the conference, Asia Pacific conference, where I have insisted the importance of the digitalization of the campus or higher education institutions. And I never expected that this will come to real very soon. This pandemic, especially the COVID-19 pandemic, has proved it that it is highly essential. And the pathetic situation is once the new normalcy has come, institutions they have closed their eyes and they came back to the traditional conventional teaching. But I really appreciate during this time V.O.Chidambaram College has taken this step of this promoting this innovation on teaching and learning. Actually, the word teaching and learning is the older conventional sentence. I always say that it is not teaching and learning, it is learning and teaching. every teacher must learn before going for teaching. This is what my request. And whoever is assembled here, I believe that around 200 participants are here in this virtual meet. And it is a call to all the teachers to learn before teach. It is not teaching learning, it is learning and teaching. The trend has totally changed. Whoever is committed for learning and teaching will sustain in the digital era. With this small introduction, let me go to the my presentation. So we need to think about from where every time we have to look back our history, our culture. So it came to my mind. I was very curious to know about how the educational system were in India before independence. There were, at the time of independence, there were only 20 universities and 695 colleges. But today the number 800, more than 800 universities, whereas colleges has increased to 45,000, and a total of the total. Total 37 among the 45,000 institutions, 37% belong to arts and science and commerce and management. Then 16% institutions are teaching engineering and technology. 4% of institutions are education institutions, and 4% are medical institution. 2% law institution, 0.5 agriculture university institutions, 0.1% veterinary, and 1% others. This, especially this pandemic, brought all the institution, all the 45,000 plus institutions into a single window, is digital teaching. We are all gathered here. Normally, when an engineering college faculty is teaching or wanted to say something, other domain people won't listen it. At the same time, when a medical college professor coming and speaking something, the engineering college people, this pandemic has given opened a lot of doors for the collaborative and multidisciplinary initiatives, and this is the best part I can say from the COVID-19. So the pre-independent India, we call it as BC 2500 to BC 500 ancient period, and BC 500 to 1200 AD, Buddhists and Jain, they have ruled, they have given the education, and AD 1200 to 1600 Muslim period, and AD 1700 to 1947 British people were ruled India. And during this period, some reformation has happened in the educational field. October 1937, the Gandhiji's basic education has been introduced, even it happened pre-independent, where spinning and weaving, carpentry, agriculture, gardening, leather work being part of the curriculum, and mother tongue of the child should be the medium of instruction that time. And in 1964, the Kothari Educational Commission has given the recommendation of linking education to productivity, relating education to social and national integration, accelerating the process of modernization through education, developing social, moral, and spiritual values among students. So one of the best recommendation given by Kothari Education Commission, and we have been following it for a long period. And in 1977, Ishwar Bhai Patel Committee, former Vice Chancellor of Gujarat University, they have given the recommendation of social, useful, productable work, making dolls out of clay. When I say making dolls out of clay, even their latest initiative of AICT, All India Council for Technical Education, one of the hackathon is Toyathon. The main purpose of Toyathon is to promote our culture and our toys. Even nowadays, if you go to a toy shop, predominantly you could see the imported toys imported by China. And the thing is, there is no innovation over there. Being an innovation, being a dean innovation, wherever I go and say, I see the innovative part. The best example I can say that we have a lot of traditional dolls. The best example is Tanjavur Bommai. It is there from the inception till now. We have not made any innovation over there. I don't know the reason. But if we would have brought some kind of innovation over there, all the shelves of our fancy stores be occupied by Tanjavur Pomai. But we do not know where the Tanjavur Pomais are there. But keeping this in mind, so it is a story of Tamil Nadu. If you go to other states, similar kind of toys, similar kind of games, people totally they are forgetting it because there is no innovation, there is no attractiveness, there is no innovative things over there. So in order to bring our own culture, the AICT has brought, the Ministry of Education has taken an initiative in the name of Tayadam, where the students are encouraged to submit a proposal of making innovation over our traditional game and toys. So making dolls out of, even there is a part of Ishwar Bhai Patel committee, and making toys out of plaster Paris, making chalk pieces, developing a kitchen garden, raising honeybees, making biscuit, manufacturing, making, preparing phenol. So that became part of the education. No, why I'm insisting is, it may looks very kiddish and funny, but thing is, we have 140 crores of people. Even for a small floor mat, we are importing from China. This kind of culture is not, since it has not been part of our education. And I still remember when I was doing schooling, I have been taught to make some the car manufacturing and how to make baskets out of the wire. So these are a part of our curriculum, but nowadays totally it's gone. So we need to bring up all our traditional and cultural things. So this is the right time to think about all those things. And in 1978, Dr. Malcolm S. Adisesha, former Vice Chancellor of Madras University, has given his recommendation: learn to do and learn must be based on societal, the productive work or vocationalized course. Semester pattern has been introduced in 1978, and the credit system has been introduced. And in 1967, when the Rajiv Gandhi, the what I say, the architect of modern India, when he was the Prime Minister of India, he has made a lot of reformation in the education system. In 1986, to equip our country both scientifically and economically to meet the challenges of 21st century. And they have established AICTE, TRB established, and open university concepts that they introduced. Okay. Now, after 1986, we were waiting for a long wait, 34 years, long wait. See, the new government has introduced the new educational policy 2020. So where they have given a lot of importance for they restructured the 10+2 system, will be divided into 5+3+3+4 format, and budget for education has been tremendously increased from 4% to 6%. All courses available in regional languages, and it's a debatable topic, and still I welcome. And a single common entrance examination for all colleges, again it's a debatable subject, and coding lesson available for class 6, and no hard divide in streaming, and a lot of new things. Anyway, even National Education Policy 2020 is a debatable topics, but being an optimistic person and academician, we have to think about the positive aspect of these things and how it is benefit, because highly student oriented, and so we have to take the positive, and we have to be very optimistic in taking the government policies. And let me share some of the silent features of national education policy, especially in higher education. So it is encouraging the extensive use of technology in teaching and learning. So the technology, if you are not using technology, you are outdated. You are not updating your technical skill, and you are not being willing to be a tech guy in the teaching fraternity. You will definitely you will be outdated. So it removes. We strongly believe that when you use this technology, it will remove language barriers and increasing across these young students and educational planning and management. So higher education student will focus on research and innovation. Every higher education institutions, it may be arts and science institution, it may be a management institution, it may be an engineering and technology, it may be a medicine. So the importance of setting up startup incubation center. I will end of this presentation what the ecosystem which I have developed for the institutions, Sairam institutions, and how it can be used for other institutions, I can give a lot of inputs to you, all the participants. That is going to be a big takeaway from this webinar. And setting up of startup, just think about it. So whoever is, I believe that more than 250 participants are participating here. Around 200 participants are attending this program. And do you have a separate or unique startup incubation center at your institutions? But this is the need of the hour. Technology Development Center. Do you know? Do you have Technology Development Center in your institution? Center for Frontier Area for Research. So greater industry academic linkages. What level what is the strength of your industry and academic linkage? And are you promoting the disciplinary research, including humanities and social sciences research? Even today morning, I have visited IIT Madras, where I have seen that the physics professors and mechanical professors, both they have got a funded project and working together. So humanity faculty member and a technology faculty member are working together. This is what today I have seen. I'm witnessing my experience. Today morning I have been in IIT Madras for some official purpose. I have visited some of the labs over there. And every classroom shall have the access to latest education technology that enables better learning and experience. Okay, what kind of classrooms we are addressing, what kind of environment we are providing to the 21st century students? It is a question I am placing in front of every participants, and you are here to answer for this question. And develop and support technology tools for better participation and learning outcomes, and all independent verticals for regulation, accreditation, funding. The best example is accreditation. When you go for NAC, when you go for NBA, when you go for autonomous, the amount of data. So how much we are struggling being a teacher when we gathering the data, dissemination of the data, acquisition of data, how hard it is to collect the data and disseminating the data. But everything is very easy if you have strong portal or technological solution at your campus. And so every verticals are migrating from the traditional way of handling data to the digital mode. And it is recommended to Indian Institute of Translation and Interpretation because it is highly essential. Even when I still remember the books have been translated from other languages. The best example, we always say that in Tamil we have Kamba Ramayanam. Okay, so Kamba Ramayanam has been translated from Ramayanam, from the original from the Kamba Ramayanam has a translated epic. But similarly, we have not translated so many things. For example, Vanasastram, Astasastram, we have not translated well, and it has not been given to common people for this. But all the space engineering and everything have been invented by our forefathers and has been returned and has not been properly utilized is my grievance. I'm submitting it here. So for that, in order to avoid all those things, even if you take the Tamil medicines, Siddha, Varma, and Ayurveda, people have wrote all the tricks in the what I say, but it has not been translated, it has not transmitted, it has been not deposited in the right place. And the people, they normally they will teach to one or two their inheritance, and other people, they will not reveal the secret to the other people. So in that way, we have lost our tradition, we have lost our culture, and everything. So keeping this mind, the government has come up with a proposal of establishing an Indian Institute of Translation and Interpretation, thanks to the technology, because everything now we are keeping it as digital assets and making visible to everyone, every people to use the secrets and other things. Okay. And Digital India is an initiative. We have a lot of new initiatives every time we are seeing, and one of the initiatives of our government is Digital India, a program to transform India into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. Without this, it is not possible. Digitalization, if you deny digitalization, then the empowerment is a question mark. So keeping this mind, it is the right time to support the education institution, especially higher education institution, to be a part of this nation building of making in the digitalization. Digital India is a program to prepare India for a knowledge future. Okay, the honorable former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, is always talk about in Tamil the knowledgeable society. He always talk about knowledgeable society. அறிவு சார்ந்த சமுதாயம் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. அறிவு சார்ந்த சமுதாயம். How it will happen? Every house must have a library, and this is a suggestion given to the public. Every citizen must read one book in a year. And suppose if you are living in 50 years, or suppose you are in the service 50 years, 20 years, 25 years, assume that you are living 50 years and 50 books. And this way, this culture will create a knowledgeable society. அறிவு சார்ந்த சமுதாயம் உருவாக்கப்படுவதற்கு. So Digital India is a program to prepare India for a knowledge future, and the focus is on being transformative. You realize IT. And the focus is on making technology center to enable the change. And the vision of Digital India, the focusing on 3 areas: digital infrastructure as a utility to every citizen, not only for the urban people, even to the people, those who are living in remote place. Because India is a country where 80% of the citizens are living in village. We may be, even I'm in Chennai, getting all sophisticated technological solution. And that is not a guarantee that every people in India is getting the same kind of infrastructure. Okay, even there's a vast difference from Chennai and Thoothukudi. Here I am sitting and doing this webinar, and most of the people are attending from the remote area. Even the connectivity and other things. So digital infrastructure as a utility to every citizens. So this we must give utmost importance for this, because as I mentioned earlier, 80% of the Indians are living in remote places or villages. And governance and services on demand, digital empowerment to citizens is highly required. If you look at the 9 pillars of Digital India, the first 4 are devoted for education. All institutions connected with broadband, free Wi-Fi in all institutions, digital literacy program, MOOC, the massive online open courses. So are we providing this? Even now the statutory bodies like UGC, AICTs are coming up with the percentage of course the institution is offering through online. How much credit every institution is devoting for the online courses. How many institutions, how many faculty members, how many students are voluntarily coming forward and taking all the things. Then technology for health, technology for security, technology for financial inclusion, technology for justice, technology for security. So technology for health, it's a need of the hour. And I've been in Andhra Pradesh MedSec zone November 2021. Last November we have been there, and we could see that a lot of developments on medical field. The technological development are happening on. And when I was interacting with one of the directors, he said we are encouraging here, because even the same proposal, we were there to present our proposal. And along with us, one proposal, it is noticed that similar to the product which is they are developing at AMITS, Andhra Pradesh MedSec zone. And I thought they won't encourage it, but they said, considering the demand of our nation, we can encourage this vendor to onboard at AMITS, because the demand is huge. Even for small, as I mentioned earlier, even a floor mat we are importing from. So why I'm mentioning this floor mat, I used to go to it's actually I experienced it in Chennai. We have a place called Paris. It's not Paris, Europe Paris, where we go and buy things. One day when I was there to buy the floor mat, I have been in front of me Indian floor mats there and China floor mats there. And automatically I could see some innovation over there, and so attractive, the feather like the decorations and other things. It's so attractive, and even a common man, if anybody visiting that particular shop, will buy that one. So the demand of our nation is huge, but the supply is very less by our own people. So it is a responsibility of education institutions. In one of my previous slide, do you have incubation center? MSME must be encouraged in the educational sector. These are all the things to be injected during the student life. Okay, teachers and in education institutions are not only to teach the subject, to know the need of a nation, how our nation would be in the next 10 years or 15 years. Are we developing sustainable products? The things which are sustainable, when I say the sustainable product, the we need to have, even if you have the terrace garden, that is a kind of sustainable. You are making vegetable for your own usage in your place. Okay, so 3 years back, I've been Bhutan. I was surprised to see that in front of every house they have the paddy field. And when I asked them, they said that yeah, for their food they are making the paddy. They are making rice from their paddy field. So this kind of the one side, but one side we're all talking about. Another side, the farmers have been neglected, and agriculture, nobody is showing their interest towards agriculture. But it's all possible by the technology, digitalization technology. Why I am as being a Dean Innovation and Professor of Computer Science and Engineering, why I'm all talking about this, because even if the spark if hit in one place, in one institutions, that is more than sufficient. So I'm evangelizing it, because need of the hour, we have 140 crores people in India, and it is our responsibility of making this kind of teaching learning, and innovation must be part of our teaching learning. Not only the classroom teaching, but every aspect we have to uh, uh, show our innovation. And the 21st, what is the expectation? 21st century higher education institution will be multidisciplinary in their educational offerings. Okay, it's a curse to the education institution that the department barriers. People, the one department will not mingle with other department. Even the case with the students, even the faculty members, they will not go and sit with other. I always tell and encourage my faculty members, saying that, see, you are sitting in one place and you are inviting people to join with you, and over a period of time you have noticed that nobody is coming and approaching you. You simply change your place, you take your chair and put and go to your place and sit with them. Either way, either the first thing must be done or the later case must be done. Okay, but multidisciplinary culture must be brought to all the education institution, and highly engaged with the local communities and globally networked. Yeah, local network communities is very important. So I got a call from Dr. Dileepan of sharing my knowledge. I feel proud that, okay, it is a local communication. We are all in Tamil Nadu. So at the same time, I need to build my network globally, and need to address so many people, and having innovation and entrepreneurship as the major drivers. Okay, so innovation and entrepreneurship, when I say entrepreneurship, gone all the days. Even 10 years or 15 years, it was the fascinated word in education institutions, and nobody will show much interest on entrepreneurship. Even the name pronouncing this entrepreneurship is very difficult for us. Now after that, now another terminology has come to think, that is startups. What is the difference between startup and entrepreneurship? Both are business unit. 15 years to 20 years before, there were no such words, startups and entrepreneurship, the common usage. But nowadays we are commonly using the startups and entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship and startups are business unit, and as I mentioned earlier, we have to inject the spirit to the students during their student life. Okay? A demonstrator for conversation of knowledge to wealth. So knowledge to wealth, another aspect, because teachers, we are very new to these concepts. Am I right? It's very hard to understand also. Knowledge to wealth. How it is knowledge and wealth. So we always say that we are a very sacrificed job, noble job. We are here. நான் ஒரு டீச்சரா இல்லைன்னா எவ்வளோ சம்பாதிச்சிருப்பேன். These are the common things we used to say, right? But knowledge to wealth is very important. So you have to think about how you can convert your knowledge to wealth. How to convert your knowledge to wealth is very important. Anything, if you have any idea, any innovative idea that can be commercialized, a lot of opportunities are available. The thing is, how curious you are to know about new things, how flexible you are, and how and your mindset of coming out from the comfort zone. And the 21st century higher education institution, the student centric and flexible. So when I say flexible, even our Indian constituency, the best part of our Indian constituency is it's flexible in nature. In some areas, it's very rigid, but most of the places, so that's what we are maintaining a democracy for the past 75 years. The simple reason is flexible. So even I always say that even our Indian constituency is having flexible nature. Why you as a individual, why you are not flexible? You as an educationist, why you are not flexible? Why you are following the same tradition, conventional teaching, and other things. Come out from your comfort zone and be flexible. So if you are flexible, more people come to you. You will become more approachable, and that is the need of the hour. And educate the next generation innovators and engineers. And see, I'm not calling them as students. I'm not calling them as students. And most of the time I used to address engineering students. I have given as engineers, but innovators, innovation in product, innovation and process, everything. So I'm seeing as all the students and faculty members are the innovators. The future of technology depends upon the nourishment of brilliant minds. Every student have their own capacity. They have unique capacity. So the nourishment is part of the teaching. A teacher, the creation of opportunity, create the opportunity, and just simply watch how students will excel in their field, and the cultivation of a generation. Energize innovation by celebrating technological in excellence. Are we celebrating technological excellence? We have the habit of celebrating the people those who got first mark, second mark, third mark, university rank. So how many times you have celebrated their innovation capability? Have you established any kind of platform in your institutions to uh, uh, students to come up with their ideas, to share their ideas? So I will give you at the end of my presentation a lot of case studies I have experienced it in my institution, so I will share with you. Even after this, you can contact me if any kind of help. So today, when I was interacting with one of the professors in IIT, he said, "I'm always happy. IIT is a public institution. We are always happy. I'm always happy if you are getting any benefit out of it." That what really struck me. Normally, we say that it is very difficult. The IIT professors are very tough people. This kind of mindset we have now. But that gentleman totally changed my perception. And he simply said, we are public. Our institutions are public institution. We are here to serve the public. And if you are getting benefit out of me, I'm so happy. Anytime you can knock my door. Okay, so and I'm here also because when the ma'am introduced me, he said we have trained around 3,500 faculty members during the pandemic period, because we already we started evangelizing the importance of digital. Even the next day onwards, we started announcing the free. Myself and my wife, Dr.C.R.RENE Robin, we both started doing this service to the teachers, and during this pandemic period, we have trained many people directly and indirectly, and helping them to how to use the digital tools, how to use Google Meets. Now Google Meets are very common, but think about at the initial period of pandemic, how people have struggled, and from the primary to university level, we have given training. And so technological innovation pushes the boundaries of thinking, breaks new ground and improves lives. Your support helps energize, encourage, and celebrate technological achievements and academic. So think in such a way that how you can celebrate the technological excellence of your students. Establish some kind of platform for your students so that they will come forward and share their views. So the India's the gross enrollment, one of the thing is gross enrollment ratio in higher education is 27.1. So in the year 2019 to 20, and which is an improvement from the previous year 26.3. Okay, so this National Education Policy 2020 is aimed to bring it to 50% by 2030. Yeah, I'm Dileep sir. Are you there? Can you tell me at how long I can go? Sorry, I didn't ask you before.
Sir, you can go till 7:15, sir.
7:15. Okay, so I have 30 more minutes. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. And digital assert. Digital. Every teacher should know the importance of digital assert. Every time we have the habit of doing writing notes, lesson plans, and everything. And now the days are gone, and now we are in the digital era, and we need to think about the digital assets. So we know the movable assets and immovable assets, and the intellectual property rights the is there. Movable property, the importance, how much important we are giving for movable property and immovable properties, the same important we must give for the digital assets and intellectual property. As a teacher, what is my intellectual property? Your knowledge is the intellectual property. Knowledge recorded in the format of document, books, website, and media. Apart from your regular teaching, apart from your regular workload, every teacher must think about publish some kind of books, websites, blogs, and make it public to other people to know about yourself, to know about institutions. Suppose V.O.Chidambaram College, from V.O.Chidambaram College, some faculty members are writing books. Some people are writing or the posting something in their private or the public blogs and websites and social medias. Know how the institution, indirectly the institution will get benefit out of it. More than institution, the individual will get benefit out of it. Every teacher must think about it. And software, then data, design and pattern and trade secret, art, then we have entertainment and media, address, virtual property, digital currency. So the one thing I want to say that entertainment and media, normal higher education institutions, it is every institutions the same phenomena. The UG students, if they do some culture program, PG students will not go, and research scholars will not go, and teachers, no, it is not part of mine. This kind of mindset totally broken when I was visiting Dubai Expo 2020 in March 2022 recently, where we got an opportunity to visit nearly 192 pavilions. Each pavilion, each country representing each country, pavilion representing country. And some of the countries are very common, and few countries, the demand of entering. If you want to enter into their pavilion, we have to stand in a queue for 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. Okay, that happened to us to visit German pavilion, and that was the last day of our visit, the fifth day of our visit, and somehow we wanted to visit German pavilion to know about what they are projecting inside inside their pavilion. To my surprise, the we have waited more than 5 hours outside. There were no chairs offered to us. No, we're standing, and after once we entered into the pavilion, no, they started with the entertainment. The moment we entered into the pavilion, there was a big pool filled with balls. No, normally We could see it in restaurants where only children till 7 years, 8 years will be allowed. Okay, even I used to take my children, and my son is so fascinated towards jumping into that pool filled with balls. Okay, so the moment we entered into it, and they made everyone to remove our shoes and socks, keep our bags in one place. They have encouraged us to jump into the pool filled with yellow balls. The mind refresh is not like anything. The refreshment which I got, I was expecting something, but that 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 the small effort they have made totally removed all my tension, because I was standing nearly 5 hours outside in a hot sun. Uh, so then I realized that this is what the importance of the entertainment. Entertainment. Do we have this kind of if that is the scenario in German Pavilion, you can have your own entertainment at your campus. It's very important. Okay, so I was visiting one of the big shot a big or company I have visiting, and he showed me all the infrastructure facilities available in the campus. After visiting that, I said, one thing is missing here. You have made everything, but one thing is missing is you would have set up a small gym over there. That would be very much useful for your health. It's my advice. If you like it, you keep a small gym in your office. See, friends, it is highly essential entertainment. You cannot separate. You may be workaholic. There is no doubt at all. Be an workaholic person, but you cannot separate. What I have learned from the German Pavilion in Dubai Expo 2020 is whoever is giving equal importance for entertainment, culture, and technology will win the race. Note it down: entertainment, culture, and technology. If I say that I'm a technocrat, I am not concentrating on culture. I'm not bothered about my entertainment. Okay, no use at all. No use at all. Best example I can give you. TV is a technology. Television is a technology. Why the TV was invented? For the entertainment. Okay, you think in such a way that if you club your culture, entertainment, technology, nobody will replace your invention or your innovation. This is what the lesson I have learned. I teachers, we have enormous opportunity. Every year we are meeting around 100 students directly. Directly, if you are taking one subject, minimum 50 students, two subject, 100 students. Every day, every week, you are meeting them. Okay, if you share the opportunity avenues, and if you go one step forward, they will come a lot of steps forward to you, where the collaboration will come. Think in such a way that that is the best way of that is that kind of teaching learning is highly important. I always mention that it's not teaching learning, it's learning teaching. So learning can happen from the student, learning can happen at any level. Okay, but every day if you are not learning something. So I read in one book that when you learn something, your mind will refresh. And for that, at least to go and read something. So I'm very passionate towards Tamil. I used to read even Tamil epics and novels, even Vairamuthu sir books. So every time when I read, I used to get lot of information. So when I get new information, I know how much I enjoy, and my mind how much refresh out of it. And appropriate integration of technology into all levels of education to support the teacher preparation, development, teaching, learning, evaluation process, and the streamline education planning, administration, management, digitalization is technology is very very important for this. And use of technology in education can be classified into four: the teacher preparation and their continuous professional development. This program is a part of their professional development. I do not know, and I strongly believe that every participants will go with some kind of takeaways out of it, and that gives a lot of satisfaction to me. So, in classroom process of teaching, learning, and evaluation, use of technology to improve use of technology to improve access to education for disadvantaged group, planning, administration, management of the entire education system. Okay. So digitalization is very important. So I will skip this alone, then I will move to this. Yeah, online resources, lot of online resources are there. If you really want to enhance your knowledge, the online white test is available. So okay, online white test is nothing but see, it's a so online white test, if you go to this particular website, if you go to the particular website and the 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 diagnosis test provision for diagnosing your knowledge level will be there. And I recommend all the teachers, whoever is participating here, you can take the test. Okay, for your convenient, I will open the website. Just you can have a look on it. Please make sure that the website is visible to you. Anyway, I have shared the entire screen. Diriban sir, can you confirm that it is?
It is visible. Yeah?
It is visible. Yeah, okay. Online white test. Okay, small. It's quite interesting. Quite interesting. Okay, so you can be you may be English teacher, or you may be a aptitude. You are interested. If you are a history teacher, general knowledge, anybody can go to from all subject, engineering, arts and science. So it's a small kind of exercise. Whenever you get time, just visit this website and take the diagnosis test, and you yourself can test your knowledge. So I strongly recommend people, all the participants, to take this test. Okay, so now I have jumped to the screen. Kindly confirm that I am in the screen now, PPT now. Online white test. Okay,
Sir.
yeah. Next is IEEE. I don't know how many engineering faculties are attending this program, but IEEE is one of the important professional society, professional bodies. Uh, I mentioned one word, knowledge to wealth. The this or the one of the important example, but how people have transferred their knowledge into wealth. We teachers learn from IEEE. Learn from IEEE. They set a standard and they'll make everyone to follow it. From that standard, they will make money out of it. For that really encouraged me a lot. And a lot of societies are available. Even if you anybody in the people can any people can any teacher can become a member. And if you become a member, be a part of the society. A lot of societies are there. uh, Based on your specialization, you can become a part of this. Even the women faculty members, IEEE, women in engineering, the sustainable development, the common subjects are also there. Teachers society is also there. Be a part of it. Okay, and hope you are aware of NPTEL and make use of NPTEL. Even today, IIT, I have visited the NPTEL office. Um, Initiated government initiative to empower the teachers. And I'm asking this question: how many of are having NPTEL certificate? If you have NPTEL, if you acquired any certificate, you can put it in the chat box. Let me check if you have any NPTEL certificate. If you don't have any NPTEL certificate, spare some time to know about NPTEL. Yes, Dileepan sir has mentioned. Yes. Okay, so you can visit the NPTEL web portal, and I always recommend that before you teaching your regular subject, take one test or course at the NPTEL, get the certificate. With that certificate and knowledge, go to your regular classroom. Your performance will, you could see the tremendous change in your performance. Okay, encourage you to go to use the NPTEL Swayam, similar kind of thing. We have virtual labs. So virtual lab is one of the effective mechanism introduced by the Ministry of Education. From the science and humanities to engineering and medical, all the labs are available. This initiative was very much useful during the pandemic period. One of the Disadvantage of online teaching we observed is the practical knowledge were not been imparted to the students, but that was totally removed with the help of this virtual lab. And I tell you, when your education institution can become the member, and you can enjoy the credentials. You can enjoy the credentials. So if your institution is not part of the virtual lab, so take some step to become the member institution. And Talk to Teacher is another initiative of the Government of India, Ministry of Education. So how many of you are aware of IIT Bombay spoken tutorial? And IIT Bombay has taken an initiative of promoting this spoken tutorial. I encourage all the students, especially the first year students, make all your first year students be part of it, and you will get a lot of benefit out of it. And every time the assessment will be there, and the encouragement will be given based on the number of enrollment, how active the particular institution with this initiative. So, okay, don't miss all the credentials. And if you get some kind of this, definitely you can project your institution and project when they advertise your institutions. Okay. And I don't know how many of you are aware of the E-Andhra. E-Andhra is another initiative, and be a part of it, and institutions can be a part of E-Andhra to develop the drones and robotic things. Then SOS tool is another initiative. Software and simulation package are useful tools for the analysis of systems and solving problems by the student science, social science, engineering, management, and related disciplines. Okay, make a note of it, and I have given the website also. And Smart India Hackathon is the flagship of the Government of India, especially the Ministry of Education, to solve the challenges, local challenges of our country, the various departments and facing. The problem statements will be available in the website. Whoever interested students can take a problem statement based on their area of specialization, and you can try to solve this or provide some kind of solution for the problem. And if your problem is satisfied, then you will be awarded based on that. Okay. And when I say this particular Smart India Hackathon, I remember the recent one of the recent interviews. Infosys founder Narayana Murthy sir said, India must solve its grand challenges before thinking in terms of global leadership. We are very proud to say that we have produced this much of engineers, we have given this much of engineers, this much of engineers are working, the people, scientists are working in NASA and space centers and so on. We are very proud of saying this. But this particular statement has made me to think a lot. India must solve its grand challenges before thinking in terms of global leadership. Okay, so the most of the leading institutions are nowadays become the workshop of producing the engineers and the scientists and importing them to developed nations. Sorry to say that, but that was not the objective of our forefathers when they have established the reputed institutions in India. I understanding this, I have made a statement that we want engineers to solve our problem. We want we want scientists to solve our own problem. Okay. Are you asking me what kind of challenges you have? Are you interested to know the local challenges? Chennai flood is a challenge, and every monsoon, northeast monsoon now it started. The southwest monsoon is over, northeast monsoon will come, and every time, this is a challenge because I am in Chennai. I have given example for how Chennai is facing this kind of problem from northeast monsoon. It's a challenge. And if this is the situation of the capital of our state, I could point out the situation of capital of a country. Air and toxic. For the last 15 years, it's a continuous problem. We don't have a solution for this. And serious scarcity of potable water in the country. As I mentioned earlier, 80% of the Indians are living in villages. Okay, and this was the situation. We don't have. These are all the challenges, and we are very proud to say this. These are all the people are creating the global arena. They have successfully completed their graduation in India, and yeah, the percentage is very less. Okay, let them enjoy, let them be an icon for our country. But what is the expectation of the remaining people, those who are in India? We want reasonable quality of air, we want clean water, we want reasonable quality health care, safety for women and children. We want affordable housing, housing. Okay, I do not know this demand in Thoothukudi, but in Chennai it is a major demand. Or Tamil motivational speaker told that now the place the house which we are living, okay, that wall is not ours, this wall is not ours, four walls are not ours, even the ceiling is not ours, flooring is not ours, but for that place we are giving 1 crore rupees. Okay, so we want affordable house, reasonable quality transportation, reasonable quality schooling and college education for the children, a self-free public governance. These are all the expectation of the common, and the innovation in teaching and learning. I strongly believe that if teachers are understand the importance of innovation, and it is knowledge has been transferred rightly to the children, the next generation, these challenges will be addressed. Okay, so these are all very easy because our past successes are clearly saying that agriculture productivity has improved thanks to Professor Swaminathan. He has made revolutionary things in agriculture when we were starving to get the food. And these are some of the examples. Even the COVID-19 vaccination is an example. We have supplied vaccination to the world, so many countries we have saved, so many lives we have saved, though we lost our loved one and so many people. It's another scenario, but we have succeeded in that. Even in space engineering, space science, the achievement we have made, being a developing nation, not developed nation. So space engineering, I was listening the interview made by the ISRO former um, Nambinarayanan sir, because now actor Madhavan is taking a film of his story. I was passionate towards know about Nambinarayanan sir, and he said, proud to say that India is in space alone. India is next to that time. You know the story of Nambinarayanan sir. I don't want to go into that. India was marching towards in second place, getting second place next to United States of America in space engineering. Okay, so we have we have sent the satellite to the space. We have a lot of past successes. So definitely these challenges will be addressed if we have strong innovation ecosystem, strong innovation innovation in teaching and learning, a learning and teaching process. You're all very familiar with massive open online courses. Utilize all the facilities and do some improve your knowledge and share your knowledge to your students. Khan Academy is another example where you can get a lot of inputs from Khan Academy, and Coursera has did a remarkable work or contribution during the pandemic period. Hope you remember, it's a paid thing, but they have opened it for free till September 2020. They have made open, and a lot of people have got benefited out of it. NASCOM Future Skill is another initiative of government of India, $1 trillion digital economy initiative. Internationalization is another concept we need to know about. The internationalization. Teachers must be ready because every institutions must be ready for accommodating international students. If the technology is not integrated with our regular teaching and learning and teaching, this gap, nobody will fill up this gap. No, large number of international students now they started coming to India, and honest to tell whether your institution is ready to accommodate those students. When it is possible, when your institution is technologically enabled, if your institution is technologically an ICT enabled campus, and then only it is possible to accommodate those students. Okay, be ready to accommodate more people, and we have lot of Lawrence, we have lot of culture, we have lot of the good precedences. So by this time we'd have achieved all those things, but I do not know what happened to the system. But we strongly believe that we will get back our legacy. When it is all coming back, our institution, higher education, must be ready to accommodate the international students and other things. Study in India and stay in India and study in India initiative taken by the government of India. It is observed that 7,50,000 students were traveling. The data given in 2019, and so we assume that if it goes like this, and 2024, there will be a 50% hike in. Okay, now the government has initiated the Stay in India and Study in India program. So when it is possible, as I mentioned earlier, it is only possible if your campus is technologically enabled and all the teachers are technologically, digitally so sound. It is only possible by this. And I do not know your involvement in the government of India's initiatives, especially National Innovation Startup Policy, framed by Dr. Professor Ashok Junjunwala, professor of IITM. All we are talking about innovation ecosystem, startup ecosystem, entrepreneurship. This one of the professors in IIT has started long back. Even when I was doing 2000, I was doing my PG in Anna University. People used to say about Dr. Ashok Junjunwala. He has started this culture, you can say that a father of Indian innovation ecosystem. And the government has recognized him and given the assignment of framing the the National Startup and Innovation Policy, NISP, headed by him, and the innovation startup ecosystem. And he has proposed, based on that, all the institutions are asked to come up with their own innovation ecosystem. Okay, so we have IIC. Hope your institutions are member of IIC. Yeah. Hope nowadays almost all the institutions they have become. Not only so, becoming a member institution is the basic step. What the individual faculty members are doing after your institution become the member institution. Okay, so how many faculty members have attended the innovation ambassador program, basic program and advanced program? Make all your faculty member to attend and get the certification, innovation ambassador. Certification alone is not sufficient. Once the certification and the course or the program has got over, and the IIC is very keen to know about the performance of the faculty members. Are they are being a real ambassador of innovation, or innovating, or spreading the innovation to their own students, internal students and internal faculty members, as well as outside external faculty members. And once it is done, okay, don't forget to register it in, upload these information in the innovation IIC portal. Every teacher, every innovation ambassador teacher completed innovation ambassador program will be given the login credential as you have your institution credential. Every teacher, suppose principal and dean, somebody is in a higher post is attending, make sure that all your teachers are having their own username and password credential and uploading all the information. So over a period of time, Government of India and Ministry of Education is having the data, and your institution will be recognized by them. Okay, don't miss out this kind of opportunity and chances. Okay, I want to tell you, an area is a place where all your things will be recognized. ICT 2.0, I don't know how many are aware of it, be a part of ICT 2.0, where you can submit your ideas, and your ideas will be reviewed and given. The mentorship and the sponsorship will be given by the Ministry of Education. Kabila is initiated to promote the patent filing, and you will be getting the reimbursement fund for 10 patent filed in institution. Don't be afraid of institution filing. So I want to tell you that earlier the fee for institution filing was huge. Now they have reduced to the normal filing. Okay, so if you get any process, any product innovation, then immediately you can go for filing your patent. Protecting your intellectual property is highly important. Okay, this is what the flow chart, the National Innovation Startup Policy to 2019 proposed by the government of India. As I said, Professor Ashok Jhunjhunwala, headed by the Professor Ashok Jhunjhunwala. And keeping this as a benchmark, every institutions are called to set up their own policy. And once this policy is set up, you can implement through policy implementation through IIC council of your institution. So you can come up with a calendar and distribute these programs to departments. Sometimes a single coordinator is struggling. If you feel that it's a headache for all the things, you can map your program, and you can ask the department to conduct one program. Automatically, you will fulfill the basic criteria, and based on that, your recognition, you will be recognized through ARIA. And this is what All India Council for Technical Education, they are giving. Maybe it is applicable for the AICT, and MBA faculty member can also go for this AICT training and learning academy. All leading and the common subject are available. So you encourage teachers to be part of it, and get knowledge out of it, and get certificate from this initiative. So don't miss all these things, because it's all freely available for the teachers. If you are not utilizing this, then who is going to be the loser? We are the loser. Okay. And it's my credential, as I mentioned earlier. I used to I'm enjoying teaching and evangelizing this kind of, telling them these are all the avenues are available. Make use of these things. I believe that the academic, you are aware of Academic Bank of Credit, ABC. So the students credit can be accumulated, and the student, suppose a student is struggling to get, not it is a part of NEP. So when you implement your institution is implementing NEP, it will all come to force, and the students can take the credit from any universities and claim the degree from which they have got more number of credits. Okay. I just want to bring your attention to this particular slide. This is what innovation ecosystem which I have developed for 4 years engineering period. We are very strong in project based, activity based learning. This learning we are calling as competition based learning. From the first year to final year, encouraging the students, they are injecting this innovation culture from the first year through immersion program. Okay. So there are 4 competition. First year competition is Sairam SDG idea. SDG is nothing but sustainable development goals. If you come to our institutions, we are promoting and supporting sustainable development goals. There are 17 goals, the sustainable development goals, and all our programs, even the student projects, starting from 1 hour seminar to 1 year projects, we are mapping it sustainable development goals. We need to map any one of the 17 goals. It's our target. And Ideathan is nothing but through immersion program. Student can go to society, student can go to anywhere, village, and think about, even they can go to their kitchen to generate ideas. And they need to submit their ideas, and evaluation is based on how big their ideas. We are not checking their feasibility study and all, how it is going to direct contribute to the sustainable development goals. We'll teach them critical thinking, where problem statement, problem definition, so everything will come under critical thinking. And first year, end of the first year, there will be evaluation based on how big their ideas, how attract their ideas. Even if we feel that it is not possible, it doesn't matter, that we will help them in the course of time. When they come to second year, we have a program called the Live in Lab. The competition name is Solvathon. Here, Solvathon, the feasibility checking. Here we are educating design thinking, bootcamp and technological training we are providing, because without technological training, they cannot go for product development. So we will conduct a lot of accelerated program, bringing in people from industry and other places, and we'll teach them business model development. They may ask why it is required. MBA students, most of the students, even V.O.C. college, can implement this assign this MBA students or integrate them or with other branch, those who are doing project or research in your campus. Let them be a part of it. Let them be a part of it. They need to contribute anything technology, but they can contribute to the business model development. So every time when a student is contributing something, has to think about how this idea can be converted into a business. The arts and science students may not aware of it, the science students may not aware of it, engineering students may not aware of it, but the management students are much aware of it. Okay, so kindly I encourage your sorry. Okay, so the second year it goes like this. So first year they have brought their idea. Second year it got its own shape, enhanced shape of the feasibility checking. The student will come to third with the same idea, where they have given an opportunity to do the mini project, encouraging them to develop the prototype. The competition name is Sairam SDG Innovatan. Here we are checking the innovation. Third year, the evaluation is based on how innovative his idea and his prototype. Okay, so they can showcase it to the outside world. Whenever there is a call for competition, they can go and attend. And training on business pitching. Okay, business pitching is very important. Pitch desk, how to develop pitch desk, everything. So MBA students are much aware of it. You can teach them, you can help them, so that it will become a collaborative work, and you can your institution will go up. And accessing the technology readiness level. So what kind of level of technologies we have to teach them. When they come to final year, they need not worry about their project, because they already ideated in the first year, check their visibility in the second year, develop their prototype in the third year, and final year when they come, and they simply go and develop the product. And the competition name is Sairam SDG Inspirathon. So how the particular student or batch will inspiring through the paper publication, patent publication, and they can go for setting up of a startup also. And it is my dream, it is my vision of every engineering institution, whoever is joining, not only engineering, higher education institution, whoever is coming and must set up a startup, because India is a country where 140 crores people are there, and we are in highly demand. Even if you, as I mentioned, there are floor mat we are importing from other countries. Okay, that culture must be changed, and we need to promote the sustainable development. We need to promote people to develop, come up with startups, and small things are giving lot of impact. So we have to encourage people. So this is the Sairam innovation ecosystem we have developed for engineering, and I really love to serve other people as a nation building, part of nation building. For discussion, for any kind of help if required, you can approach me, so I can serve you for the betterment of the nation. And these are all the posters we have designed for exclusively. We have designed this year. We have invited Dr. Sultan Alfa Harun Al Rashid from United Nations. Unique programs. We have signed the MOU with IIT Incubation Cell for LEAP program, Learning Engineering Active program. Then we have a innovation clinic where the students will come and interact with us, how a patient interact with the doctor. And SAIL is an Sairam Artificial Intelligence Learning. It's a platform is implemented in our campus to assess the student knowledge, and anytime we can share the information, notes, and everything. The students' performance will be assessed through this app. So these are all some of the mind maps. So ask your students to come up with the mind maps. So subject knowledge will increase. And fishbone diagram is another tool where this is a fishbone for one subject. So normally I used to tell my students to draw the fishbone diagram for the whole subject. Okay, if you draw the fishbone diagram and keep it in your room every day, just to go and watch, just have a look on this fishbone diagram, so all the terminologies will go to your mind. Okay, so this is how you can understand the subject. Okay, now how many of you are aware of involved in AICT Parag program? Recently they have launched, AICT launched a student learning assessment portal for engineering, MCA and MBA colleges. where the students can get knowledge on Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, robotics, cybersecurity, 3D printing and design, blockchain, augmented reality, virtual reality, quantum computing. So if you're not part of, because it is going to be mandatory for all the MBA colleges, even MBA engineering, MC and MBA colleges. So assign this identify one faculty member as a coordinator and promote this at the campus level. Okay, this is guaranteeing skilled graduates, placement, holistic and innovation, wealth. So it is, this parak is for these things. And out of the box thinking for problem solving initiative of IIT Madras. And today the orientation program happened 28th June 2 to 3, and you can also be part of it. I request all the first year students, encourage your first year and second year students to be part of it. They will get benefit out of their. And this advertisement, this initiative, yesterday we have received the communication from IICTE, IBM in collaboration with the IICT and Smart Interns. This is for faculty members. Project-based learning initiative exclusively for faculty members of engineering, even non-engineering streams, to upskill their technical skills on emerging technologies via project-based hands-on learning experience. Okay, so AICT is in collaboration with IBM. So they have come up with the 5 days boot camp plus 10 days project development, and this is only for faculty members. Even whoever is attending, the moment I have received this mail from AICTE, yesterday morning itself I have registered. So I encourage everyone to register. These are the things going to help us tremendously in our, will bring lot of, see, the benefit out of this program is online live tech boot camps, earn IBM and Red Hat skill badges, free access to IBM cloud, no charge, access to courseware and Red Hat code ready, tech mentorship, participation certificate for all valid project submissions. Okay, it is a kind of project build-a-thon. They call it as project build-a-thon, and is exclusively for the faculty of engineering and non-engineering stream. Okay, don't don't lose this opportunity. Okay, so we have reached almost the end of today's presentation. Just go through this, read this statement. Read this statement. Okay, don't encourage this kind of culture, because I was told that this is the scenario of today's engineering institution: 18th century infrastructure and 19th century faculty members trying to prepare 21st century graduates with 20th century syllabus. Are we, our institution, are we agreeing this? We have to disprove this statement. I am giving an open call to all the institution and the faculty members, those who are attending this program, come up to disprove this statement. Okay, boldly tell that we are 21st century people. We are using 21st century infrastructure. We are using 21st century syllabus and dealing with 21st century students. We are living in century. Don't look back. Come out with your traditional things, and uh, and uh, be a part of this nation building. If we are really committed, one day our nation will become a developed nation. So I thank the organizers for giving this wonderful opportunity. This is my contact details. Okay, in the meantime, I have digital asserts how a faculty member can promote. So through a small initiatives, do you have your own YouTube channel? Create your own YouTube channel, and whatever the content, digital content you are creating, put it and make others to view it, get out of benefit out of it. Okay, I have started during this pandemic period. Uh, Launched my channel, and around 2000 subscribers are there, and every day 50 to 100 people are. I have the analytics. Every day I will see the analytics. 50 to 100 people are getting out of it. A kind of satisfaction and the self motivation I'm getting out of it. What else we want more than this? Being a teacher, if we are usable, we are serving to the community and the people. The satisfaction it is giving, nobody will give us. Okay, so with this word, I really thank the organizers, especially Dr. Dileepan sir, for contacting me, and the principal and the managing organizing members, secretaries for these programs, and I wish you all the very best. You can note down my email ID and number for any kind of help for promoting innovation at your campus, especially the establishing innovation ecosystem, startup ecosystem. I really love to be part of your innovation ecosystem. Thank you so much. I will share my YouTube channel. You can go through it, and if you really like it, you can subscribe and watch the videos. If you really like the videos, you can like it, you can share it, and you can what I say, yes, support us. Thank you so much. Over to the organizers.
Can you give stop sharing, sir?
Yeah, I will.
Thank you very much, sir. Even right now, this FTP is also streamed via live in your YouTube channel. So just now I have viewed even it. Okay, thank you very much, sir. So recently, for the past 1 hour, before that, I request the participants, if you have any queries or if you need any support, just you can put it in the chat box so that it will be taken to the resource person for answering. So it is again a great thank from the part of the organizing team. I hope we have that much of information, but this 1 hour is not enough for you to get to deliver all those things, right? From the evolution of educations and its initiatives, and then 21st century skills in higher education institution, technology usage in education, online tools and techniques, and innovation startup ecosystem, which starts from the classroom at the very first. So that one, and rankings and MHRD initiatives, and even the best practices what Sairam is doing out of this SDG program. Even I was amazed when I was called as a jury for the phase 2, I think so, for the Solvathon program.
Okay.
So it is actually a unique program what your institution is doing. Really, we are amazed out of it. And the innovative practices that what we can do in classroom, either through a mind mapping or fishbone diagram, or by using your flashcards and all those things. And last, we have come across with some collaborative initiatives of the IBM and all those things. Really, it was a very great, sir. So we have Jyoti ma'am who has raised the hand. I request Jyoti ma'am, you can unmute yourself and you can for the questions. Thank you.
Sir, first of all, congratulations that your lecture was very informative and very interesting one. I wanted to ask you a question that I have seen that countries like Australia, USA, China, Japan, they are giving lot of funds for the innovations, and their engineers do not have to worry about it because already funding. But the country like India, for central government we are getting, but Maharashtra government, and here first of all, as an engineer we have to look for our रोजी रोटी के लिए हमको देखना पड़ता है, and then the innovation has come, then we will think about the innovation, sir. This is the scenario. So what you will suggest for this?
Yes, ma'am. You have rightly pointed out or you have poured your agony. I do agree it, but don't see innovation as a separate entity. Innovation must be incorporated or integrated with your education system curriculum. That is what my strong belief. When I joined as the Dean Innovation in Sairam institutions, I have made a small research, and the research is clearly saying that if you go something innovative process as a separate unit, you will not succeed. So what I have done is, my success is, I have integrated with the regular thing. And nowadays India is in a right place of getting fund. Don't depend on the government alone. Lot of investors are available. If we have, I always say that, suppose 50 students are doing their projects. If they are doing their projects, it's 50 ideas. Okay. The problem is, normally our students will not think on their own. They will always depend on the others or somebody. If you create an environment or a platform where if you make them to think they're on their own, even if you look at my ecosystem, we are encouraging it from the first year. We are asking them to go to industry, society, village, Why not? They can go to their own kitchen and come up with a problem. This is what the statement. We are not giving any clue, and we are not asking them to come out with their product in a 6 months of period or 1 year of period. See, since you are working in education in engineering college, your students will be with you for 4 years. And normally, what mistake we are doing is we will ask their problem statement at the seventh semester. Okay. The moment they reach the seventh semester, they have already under a lot of pressures of getting their jobs and going for their higher studies. And what the part is neglected is their project, doing their project. They will not give much importance for doing project, but engineering is all about doing a project, practicality. And this is what the gap we have. It's our research is clearly saying that if you leave the students at first year and second year, you cannot get anything out of from them. If you want something from them, you inject them from the first year. So this is what when I have proposed this for our institutions, so many people have said, why don't you do it for the interested students? My argument was, no, it is for every student. Every student are paying the same fee, and it is the blood and sweat of their parents. Whatever the scheme we are announcing, it must reach to all the students. Successfully, we have conducted. All the 1,080 students have participated. That was the greatest support achievement. Even I have been called by our chairman, Mr. Shai Prakash Levamuthu sir. You have done wonderful job. Even I was not I have not that much confident when you propose this idea. It is possible because first year and second year students easily you can tune them. Whatever you say, they will listen. And I have a lot of experience with the school students. We are running a school in Ayanapuram, Chennai, where 2,500 students are studying. And it's my practical experience that students, if you ask 10th, 11th students to come up with ideas, they will come up with tremendous ideas. And what the engineering college is doing, what mistake we are doing, when they come to first year, we are pampering them. We are thinking that, okay, the first year students are, we wanted to give them motherly love and fatherly love. No, that is not the requirement. That is not the requirement. They are engineers. They are inventors. They are innovators. They are the potential engineers. Okay, see them as an innovator. Automatically, their mindset will cope up for any kind of initiatives. Thank you. And Maharashtra startup, you just have a look at it. We have Tamil Nadu startup. Similarly, Maharashtra startup is there. We have learned a lot of things. Maharashtra startup has given giving a lot of provision for the students. Don't see them as a students. Don't see them as a project. It's an idea, potential idea for commercialization, and keep applying for all the things. Lot of angel investors and the other people are waiting for ideas. Now ideas are available in education institutions. They have money, we have ideas. When if you put a platform to connect these two dots, you will succeed.
Thank you, sir. The next question is over to Deepak, sir.
Good evening, sir. So you just talked about ideas, and I would like to take it from the institutional perspective. When we are looking at innovation per se, I believe one of the tangibles to it can be about institutional effectiveness in the long run. So, but then again, the irony to it has to deal with the hierarchy, or should I say, the decision makers with traditional mindsets. So, if one is part of such a system where you understand that. Coming up to something different may in itself be an arduous task. So my question is, what should be at the heart of...
Sir, your voice is not audible. Can you give a... Yeah, your voice is not audible.
To change the initiative when institutions trying to come up to something.
No, what is your exact question? Can you...
Yes, or if I'm my question is, when we talk about innovation,
Better you can type your question in the chat box, sir.
Professor Deepa, kindly put your question in the chat box because you have an audio problem.
If we are trying to understand innovation from the institutional perspective, all about for the institution. Then
over to Professor Shanti Ravi. Madam Shanti. Okay, if not, there are some questions in the chat box. So one professor has asked a question like, even there are many funding agencies who have stopped after this COVID-19 for the young researchers, for them to take up their research activities. So because of that only, this innovation process has been stopped. That's what is question, I think so. So over to Professor Reen for this for your answer.
Can you repeat, sir? Can you please?
After this post-COVID-19, most of the funding agencies across the nation have stopped funding for the young researchers in particular. So, and what the statement given by that professor is, the one who raised the question is, because of that stoppage of funding for the young researchers, innovation process is affected.
Okay. What I can say, this institution can come forward and encourage initially. Once you have the confidence of going and pitching it in the public, you can, till that time, you can wait for it. Initial seed funding, the institution must come forward to support how they are spending for technology and infrastructure. Because nowadays, the innovation culture is slowly, people have started understanding the importance of innovation. And I don't believe that all the people have stopped their funding. Still, lot of call for coming from Minister of Education, ICT, BIRAC, and wherever you, almost all the people, all the websites, if you see the call for is now on. And suppose if the public, the funding agencies are stopped, the institution can support for over a period of time. Then once we are ready, the technological readiness level. See, I have mentioned the technology readiness level. There are 9 technological readiness level. We have to support this till to reach technological readiness level 4. Okay. So once you reach technological readiness level, you can boldly go out and pitch it in the market. People are ready, and even Tamil Nadu, especially Tamil Nadu TANSIM, is taking wonderful effort in various schemes, under various schemes. 2 weeks back, they have announced thing for agriculture and horticulture. Earlier, in that way, they are planning to conduct a program or inviting application for 42 government departments. So they think about the future scope of innovation. Be prepared for that. What I want to tell you is be prepared for that.
As you said, TANSIM is working tirelessly.
Yes.
They are even segregating Tamil Nadu into various zones. So in the zonal way, they need to promote the startup and innovation ecosystem across the state as per the direction given by the present Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
Yes.
So TANSIM vibrantly they are working, especially Mr. Sivaraj Ramanathan, who is the co-founder of this Native League, who have took up as the CEO of this TANSIM. His tirelessly is working on it, and many call for has been made for accelerator program, for innovative program, and many such things. So probably we'll be having, as you told, it is up to us to go along with the way that what they are showing to us. So thank you very much, sir. One of we'll go for the final question there. How to mold the students as well as the coming generation to think and take first step to ideation, and what is the thing that we need to solve the problem? Because especially when it is engineering, they could have understand certain things, and they do have some technical skills in the due course. But when it comes to an arts and science institution, it is very difficult for them to go with that particular momentum. Even we found very difficult in making them in an ideation process. But nowadays, schools started coming up with innovation hub, and they started innovating it. Recently, the Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Institute of Tamil Nadu, they have come across with many initiatives among the school students. So as an arts and science institution, how far we can put forth this innovation ecosystem or the innovation practice into our portal so that we can make our students also excel in it. How Sairam is doing the same.
So my inspiration is school students. My inspiration. What made me to introduce this ecosystem is what I have observed from the schools. When school students can come up with their own innovative ideas, why not it is possible with arts and science? There is no barrier. Suppose if you feel that there is a barrier, people like you can associate it with nearby engineering colleges, make a collaboration with them, because we are collaborating with medical institutions. We are going and collaborating with medical institution. Same way we are ready to be collaborated with arts and science college. We need management students. That's what our latest finding says, that even if I educate business model and the things, our engineering students won't understand it. Better if I connect one management student in the team, that management student will take care of that part. Put together is a collaborative work, and if you do the collaborative work, we will win, sir.
Thank you, sir. So we came to the end of the session. I request Professor Diraviam to kindly propose the vote of thanks. Thank you very much, Professor Reene, sir.
Sir, I have shared my YouTube channel, and I request the participants to take time and visit. I will share to you personally. If you have any WhatsApp group, you can share it to the participants. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Before vote of thanks, I request the participants. Already we have posted the attendance and feedback link in the chat box. So kindly leave your attendance and feedback link. As I told you yesterday itself, that it will ask for the FDP registration number. The registration number has been already, it was sent to you in the mail. So check it again and you can leave it. This link will be open for another 1 hour nearly. So I request all the participants to kindly leave your attendance and feedback, which will facilitate us to lead the to provide us with the e-certificate. So over to the Diraviam, sir, for the vote of thanks. Diraviam, sir.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Very good evening to all. I consider it as a great privilege to propose the vote of thanks. On behalf of V.O.Chidambaram College and our department, I would like to express my gratitude to our resource person, Dr.C.R.RENE Robin, Professor CSC and Dean Innovation, Sri Sairam Engineering College, Chennai, who graced us with this thought-provoking address. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our beloved principal, sir, for allowing us to organize this program. My heartfelt thanks goes out to Dr. Ganeshan Malati, head of the department, and organizers of this program, Mr. Sanjija Cardosa and Mr. Diliban Kumar, assistant professors, BBA department, and my fellow colleagues and my dear faculty friends. I feel proud and thank you all for making us feel happy with your presence to this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Professor. Thank you again.